Lately I've been flying this plane. I'm looking to get ace in a flight, and lately I've been flying this plane almost always with 100% back elevator trim, especially in combat. The combat zone is about 5 minutes south from here. I've been thinking about combating the ME410. I regard it now basically, so far, as basically like a PE2. You know how the PE2 gunner is so strong? Well, I regard the 410 gunner similar to the PE2 gunner. With those articulated 13mm cannons, he can catch you with those. So if you want to survive for sure attacking a 410, ME410, then treat it like a PE2. How do you do that? Usually I sideswipe it, like I'll fly alongside the PE2, and then as I'm getting closer to it, I'll start moving in on it with yaw, and then as I sideswipe it, I'll blast it, and that usually doesn't give the gunner enough time or position to attack me. Usually, not always. Because also, don't forget those 13mm cannons, defensive cannons on the ME410, they have an ability to angle out left and right only so far, like I don't know what, like maybe 30 degrees or something, not very much. Like you'd want, if you were in the 410 as a gunner, or the pilot for that matter, you'd want the 13mm cannons to be able to angle out ideally 90 degrees either side, left and right, or at least 70 degrees. But what can they do? Something like bloody 25 degrees or 30 degrees. They're really limited in their left and right movement, but their up and down movement is excellent. So you can hit them just like hitting a PE2 and you probably survive. Quite tricky to aim with this plane. The best result I've got so far is 3 kills in a flight plus 2 assists. That is the best result I've got so far. But I want 5 kills in a flight, which would make ace in a flight on the Spitfire 14. Also has an interesting fuel gauge. I've discovered it down here, and there it is there. It looks like an hourglass tipped on its side. How the hell do you read that? This plane has 111 gallons of fuel, which if you times it by 4, I think, multiply it by 4, so it's about 444 litres of fuel, I guess. I don't know. It's not that much fuel, really. If there's one plane that needs external drop tanks, it's the Spitfire, because its internal fuel storage is not really very much. Then again, it's only designed for really Battle of Britain type stuff, like just local defense against bombers and fighters and stuff. I don't think it even has a direction finder. I could be wrong. What's that? Brakes, perhaps? I don't know. Nose, clock, some other thing. I don't even know, but I don't think there's a direction finder in here, like to get back to base, like a radio beacon, homing beacon instrument kind of thing, you know. So why not? Well, because I'm just assuming it's because they had a like radar system similar to chain home anywhere they went, so the pilot could talk to the ground and the ground could say, you just got to head in this direction and then you'll get back to the airfield. So that's what I think about that. Could be wrong. It's a pretty busy cockpit. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here. There could be a direction finder in here, but I haven't found it so far. We're currently at 4,000 feet almost, which is not very high. I keep ripping the wings off this plane as well. It doesn't do it as much as the Typhoon, but a couple of times I've done that today even. I've been in a dive chasing a 109 and the 109's rapidly zooming upwards, and as I cross the 109 I start pulling back on the stick a lot, and then oh shit, both of my wings have folded. It happens. I gotta stop doing that. What's the G limit on this plane? It's probably 9 or hopefully it's not 9, it's probably 12. Yeah, it's pretty good. Load factor 12.5. This is where we're headed. So we took off from here and we're headed down to here. There's enemies here, here, here. 12.5 is plenty good, but the wings are so big that they rip easy. You know what I mean? I can look at the G meter in the bottom left of the screen every time I'm pulling out of a high-speed dive. That's the thing to do. Then you won't have any problems. If you're a human pilot in real life, if you pull 12.5 Gs or excess of that, I mean, and they usually build in a load for like a safety factor as well. Like usually when they say a plane can handle 6 Gs, it can really handle 9, but you're only allowed to take it to 6. Do you know what I mean? So this one would be the same, I would say. They would say you could go up to 12.5 just fine, no problem, no damage. But really you could probably go to 15 or 16 without damage. But they want that safety buffer. But yeah, if you do that as a human, I mean more than just momentarily, I don't think you're going to be very healthy. I should probably climb a bit. Yeah. I'm only at not even... How did I get so low? Not even at 4,000 feet. Not a good idea. This is going to be one flight only, by the way. Let's hope it's a good one. I've come a bit too far west. I want to go towards the lake a bit more. Hey, I can actually see 2 planes down there. I wonder if they've got a base down there. Should I go there? They're far away, but there are 2 down there. Don't stall. What's that though? That is a base. Do they have a base there? Nah, there's an airfield there, but it's not any base. It's not for players. There's 2 planes down there. If I could just pick them up again. They do have one at Krasnodar, just south of that. I don't know, this is risky. I'm in enemy territory. Got a plane behind me too. It's probably one of mine though, because it's headed outbound. There we go. I picked one up. Yeah, there it is. It's warping a bit. They're shooting. It's a fight. Two planes fighting. Hard for me to even see what's going on there just yet. Totally lost them. There's one. Pretty good hits there. I'd say he's probably toast. On my tail, damn it. Plane's a bit wrecked. Mustang bought the farm but saved me. Alright, let's get out of here. My wing is wrecked. My wing is wrecked. There's another plane there. Dead. I'm gonna do another flight. That's too soon. One kill probably. Let's go. That Mustang got exploded. Man, dude, brah, your canopy. About my canopy. Alright, just having a look at the chat. Oh, 10 people watching, nice. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Yeah, so this will just be one more flight, seriously. Ending in 46 minutes, that's just enough time for a tank of fuel. G'day Cogito. G'day Frag. Good old Spit, yeah. Mainly defensive, yeah. G'day Paul. At the pull-up point or the high-speed descent? At the pull-up point. Smussy Jollet, it would be rude not to go say hi. Exactly. Radar. F in the chat. Alright, so let's get moving. By the way, strictly speaking, I didn't get shot down. You notice the engine seized, and that's another thing with this plane is you gotta try and not advance or retard the throttle really quickly, because if you do, the engine seizes. For example, if you try and take off with combat power, which is 74% power. Like if you press E to start engine and you've got the throttle at 74% power, so you've pushed the throttle forward already, you just leave it there. As soon as the engine fires, the engine seizes, it brakes. So this plane is kind of like throttle sensitive, and if you advance the throttle too quickly, you can break the engine sometimes. It doesn't always happen though. And as soon as I cut the power, that 109 flew past me, and then I advanced the power like in the blink of an eye, and then the engine seized. And I don't think that the engine was damaged, so I should have just done that more slowly, and then I would have probably still be flying, although flying back to base, I would say. So each plane has its own characteristics. 43 minutes left, so we can keep this power setting for an hour. 2600 RPM and 9 boost on the manifold there. Since there's 43 minutes left on the map, that means there's probably not any reason to reduce power, like to economy cruise or anything, continuous mode, unless it's in combat and you need to. There's the big lake. It's a great landmark. If you're lost, you can just look at the lake. Plenty of enemies over the area. Alright, this is the combat area. We're only at 4,000 feet. It's not very high. So now I'm just going to climb. Reminder, if you want to support these streams, you can do donation super chats during live streams. In the bottom right hand corner of the stream, there's a dollar icon. You can press that and you can make a donation to the channel. You can also support on patreon.com, froggyfrog9000 on Patreon. And you can give us a thumbs up and you can subscribe to the channel. Like I said, this is definitely going to be the last flight. Seven and a half thousand feet, that's more like it. Mission ending in 37 minutes. This plane does better at this kind of altitude than on the deck. On the deck it's quite slow, but at this kind of altitude it's really, really nice. If I encountered a FW190 Dora up here right now, I would kill it. It could escape me in a straight line a little bit, but in terms of if it tries to do any maneuvering, if it tries to climb, I could just climb straight at it and get it. Damn you! Bloody damn you. I'm going to have to go again. Pilot killed. So there's a Spitfire chasing... Is that my plane? That's the 109. So the 109 that got me got hit, and then there's another plane going in there too. A Spitfire. Redo. Okay, this will be the last flight. Full fuel. Do you need it for 30 minutes? Maybe not quite, maybe about 400. It does go through fuel very quickly. There's two different types of wing. This one's got 50 calibers plus the cannon, whereas normally you got 303s plus the cannon. So this time I'm taking the 50 cals. I think they're probably better than the 303s. What do you think? 303 or 50? I mean, I like 303. I mean, in reality, if you hold a 303 round in your hand, it's a beefy freaking cartridge, man. But, like, compare it to a 50, which is right there, and the 50 is even stronger. But, like, in air combat, 303 seems to do practically nothing. Spitfire 9 Mustang. He's just busted his canopy. And a, what is that, Typhoon or Tempest? I honestly sometimes can't tell the difference. Whoa, unspawned. Honestly, it's a pity that this base is not so close to the combat area. Again, if I stay on the deck, we will fly there faster. Maybe it's going to be a 3.5 minute flight instead of 5 minutes. E38 there. Out of nowhere. How close the enemy base is, they can potentially take off from there and just be here straight away. Do we have anything similar? Nothing. I have to take off from here, or maybe from here. That'd be interesting because you cross their base and sort of flank them from behind. That would be the best way to go. I was playing yesterday on this server, and I noticed that at different altitudes there seems to be different turbulence conditions. Down low there was turbulence, and then above a certain altitude the air was smooth. And you try and aim in the turbulent air, you notice the crosshairs sort of jiggling around all over the place, and then you get up higher and it's smooth air. So that's pretty good in a way. Like, that shows how realistic this flight sim has become. Little things like that, you know. That a tank or a plane? Probably a tank. It fired off a shot. That's a tank. Enemies here everywhere. Where could they be? There's one there, there's two there. What are they? They're up higher than me, much higher than me. They haven't seen me yet. Whatever they are, they might be mine. Possibly they're two, I don't know, could be anything. 3 planes up there. Let's go near the cloud in case we need to dive into the cloud. 22 minutes left. Tons of planes, I get it, everyone's up high, way above the clouds. This one's coming in on us, let's go into the cloud. Whatever it is. Sayonara. You know what that means? It means unless this fight descends, which they can do quickly, we're going to need some altitude right now. So we'll climb. I can still see one at my altitude behind us. It's probably the one looking for me. Could be anything, by the way. It could be a Mustang, could be a 109, whatever. I could go and say hi. But then there's all those other ones up there. Whoa, 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 look at that. There's a fight going on there. Don't stall. What about this one that's up high though? This one. That is a 109. My speed's low. So far he has the energy advantage, but I'm on his tail. He can fly away if he wants, it's probably a K4. But if he tries to climb and stuff, I'll get him. My speed's picked up a lot now. Another plane over there. Not really getting that much closer, eh? So 2 planes up ahead. What's this one? Spitfire, I think. Yep. Alright, so now he's turned good. Did I follow? Don't rip the wings off this time. Going back to his base, the cat. Trying to hide in the clouds. I'm on him still. Hit. Two 109s, I think, down there now. Let's get this one. Seems to be climbing, descending now. Oh, that wing is damaged. Is it worthwhile chasing him? He's way high. A Typhoon behind me. Let's freaking get him, eh? Let's freaking get him. Damaged wing. He's going back to his base, which is over by that horseshoe-shaped bloody town there. Some Soviet horseshoe-shaped town. Damn it. Ah, a bunch of 410s. I'm over their base, basically. I'd like to keep going, but I gotta stop. Totally should have turned around and gone back to base, but that's so boring, right? Well, that's the end of the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Well, see you next time.